Skywatcher coming at you with telephone pole perspective. Look how tall it is. Why did they make the next one shorter? Oh wait, no, it's not shorter. Well, the one way down there is really short. Well, no, the sun can't travel that way. That would be impossible. Even though everything else that looks like that, the sun would never look like that. I tell you, a sane society wouldn't let these wires go up without complaint. I mean, check out this massive grid. This is absolutely insane. Like, we're already, what do they call that? Flooded marketplace, meaning everybody's got a cell phone with internet. Everybody from 8 years old to 88 years old is on the computer. So it already has, at the 4G capacity, the ability to handle all the internet needs. And if you pay a little bit more, you do get more speeds. So now we're going to be jeopardizing, not by our request or by our approval, all of this additional grid put up that throws stuff into the air. Again, those boxes do not have wires going to the internet source. They should be wired for protection of our health. So, at any rate, I hope today still proves to be a pretty good day. Yesterday, fantastic. Today, so far, starting out well. A little bit of remnant spring fever remaining. Remember, go to Metro PCS for your best phone needs for $60 a month, unlimited. Boost, yeah, it's good until you get away from the store, and then all of a sudden it doesn't work as well. That was my experience. Just putting out a few tidbits of info from personal experience. Others may have had different experiences. Well, we're heading down, and of course there's a light on. Who's paying for that? Why are about 20% of the lights on during the daytime? Ever wondered? You know, what's going on? We're just going to make games out of everything to the point of living in an insane world. So everybody grabs their supposed, ammunition. Well, maybe our ammunition is still to hold logic and common sense, and what ends up being spent as far as tax money. And you can go along with the towers and all the wires, the lack of road. I mean, they could save money by not putting all this up. You realize that? So they can put it into the road system so I don't jumble up and down. I can't even put it on my little stand over here. And by the way, welcome to Betsy. Purely functional. What do they call that? Ergonomics. Garbage bag. Old ashtray, hopefully one day. And gives me everything we need to take care of a project. Well, I'm fading away here. Just wanted to spot another light. Is this one going to do a Morse code speaking to the camera? No, unfortunately, thank goodness. Again, here's a learning institution that probably is way off in what they're teaching our kids. More of socialization than education anymore these days. Of course, they cover some of the basics, the reading, the writing, and the math. I think it's also the time in history that we really review our overall education system, give credit for what it was, and try to move it into a better direction so people become more equipped. I prefer people become more independent and they learn how to pull up themselves by their own bootstraps and learn a few things about the world as opposed to always leaning on the matrix of the academia. So people later on in life, like myself, before I picked up hammer and screwdriver, pretty much was helpless in being able to do anything. I mean, the beautiful thing is there's a lot of education and the logical function that's just equally difficult, I guess, per se, is working at calculus computation that you never use hardly anywhere in life. And that's the calculus challenge. Who actually used calculus for anything useful in their life? Somebody might have learned a little bit more about replacing an air filter in a house, or learning how to read a gas or a water meter. Perhaps learning how to, cut a 2x4 to fit into a stud in the wall, and how to drywall, and how to maybe mud, and how to paint. Those things probably come in handy in your life somewhere sooner or later. Anyway, enough preaching. Today, Monday, the 24th of February, somewhat warming up still as a trend. Thank God. I still believe that February largely was fabricated in its coldness so they could make the appearance that things haven't changed in the sky. Geoengineering are efforts because there are large concerns that they don't want you to know about because you're poor and fragile and can't handle such big stresses. Well, that means at the hands of the government, and look what they've done so far. All the things built are from private individuals and groups of private individuals. So the less governance, the more reverence of our society would occur. All right, over and out. Have a great day.